I have always been kind of interested in it. As a child, I would see it around, but I didn't really get involved until I was living in Nebraska. I was attending a church that had deaf people and an interpreter, and I kind of got interested that way. I started taking classes. I was hooked. I took every class I could get my hands on, did as much study as I could, and just went from there. I have many favorite memories, but one I'll share is when I was a beginning student, very green, didn't know anything. Our instructors would always tell us, you need to get out there and sign with deaf people. You need to go where the deaf people are. And we were lamenting that because here we are, we don't know deaf people, we can barely even converse with them. How are we going to do this? And we had a little lady that came and visited our class who heard us, complaining that we're being told to go out there and then we can't go out there. So she invited some of us to come to her house for a meal. I didn't know at the time that this was a deaf club. I understand that now. But she said, we have some deaf people that meet at our house. And so we agreed to go because we thought there was safety in numbers. And so the three of us decided, okay, I'll go if you'll go. So the day came, and I was the only hearing person that showed up. And that was a really important event because I was terrified, but I went in and I actually felt what it was like to be in a group and not have a clue what was going on. I had to depend on someone to repeat something to me 3 or 4 times and help me understand. And it just really changed my perspective. So that's a memory I always cherish. Learn the language, practice, be patient, practice, practice, practice. You just have to practice and understand that it is a different culture, it is a different language, and if you enter it with the respect and with an attitude of respect for them, I think you have a lot better time.
Patience. You need to show up where they are, go to Deaf Club, go with minimal sign skills. Most deaf people are excited about anybody who's trying to develop sign skills. The thing that you have to understand is so many people are fascinated and they go, but then when it becomes work, when it becomes real, they fall away. And deaf people have seen that so much. I'm the same way. I see it so much that I don't get real excited until you keep on keeping on. Nelvia is an example of that. Nelvia just is like a piece of furniture. She is there. She shows up at Deaf Club. She's there at Deaf Church. She's anything deaf, she's down for. And the deaf community have gotten used to her and slowly but surely accepted her. But there is a us and them mentality. And even now, 30 years in, married to a deaf man, I'm still on the outside of that circle. I'm close, but I'm always going to be on the outside of that circle, and you have to kind of understand that and accept that. I am not deaf. I don't have their same experiences. And in some ways, some deaf people have such bad experiences with hearing people. I'm the hearing person. So they're always going to be a little leery, even if they know me very well. So stick with it. Show them that you're genuinely interested in them too, as well as their language, and just keep on keeping on, and you'll eventually get in and get a deaf person that you can actually become a friend with, and then they can get you an in.